Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. I just had a birthday, so I mean, happy late birthday to me. My mother just had a birthday as well, and we had a great time. I think next year maybe I'll give you guys like a birthday vlog of some kind because it was really good. But I think I might shoot a couple videos, maybe not. I don't know. We usually like to do a pretty intimate we like to have pretty intimate celebrations, so I might just show you guys the food or something next time, but this time was not that time. So what I really wanted to talk about today was what I have been calling this journey on YouTube in general. I've been calling it, my YAGP journey, and I'm thinking of not calling it that. In short, I'm thinking of calling it my dance journey or my competitive dance journey, something along those lines, because I really understand, this is funny the way I'm saying this, but I understand my own desire to go to YAGP. It's been kind of like a dream for like a while now, but there are so many other ballet competitions that I could go to, and with a longer range of time, there are some that I can compete in until I'm 25 to 26, and there are some that have like no real age limit at all and things like that. And honestly, I'm leaning more towards that area because I've been seeing so many different, I guess, weaknesses in my dance so far as ballet is concerned. And I've really just been working on not rushing any processes and sharpening up my technique and building the strength needed to do certain things. But to be honest, I very well may make it for YGP. I'm just not sure if I exactly want to, because the finals usually always land very, very close to my older sister's birthday, and my older sister and I are quite close, and I don't want to be like gone for her birthday unless she would like to go to YAGP with me. And it's next year. We just kind of settled into this place where we're all having pretty good birthdays, without an antagonist around to ruin it. So I don't really know if that would be something I would do just so quickly yet. So I might completely and totally opt out of YAGP. Now, having that said, there are multiple others that I could go to. There's IDC, International Dance Competition, IBC, International Ballet Competition, UBC, Universal, I think it's called, ballet competition, WBC, World Ballet Competition, and so multiple others actually. And I'm kind of leaning more towards that area. So just let me know in the comments what you guys think I should call this journey. I'm open to suggestions. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. So here I'm doing warm up, and another thing that I've been really noticing about my dance is that, two things. I'm going to start with, one is my pliés are not very, they're not deep at all. Like, they need to be much deeper. My demi-plie specifically, they need to be deeper before I even get to the grand plie level. And I've been noticing that I have not been, I guess, trusting my ankles, nor have I been using my glutes the way I'm supposed to. And my glutes are actually quite strong, so I've been using them more. I told you about the fact that I go to those workshops on, a specific day of the week, and I've been using them more, and it's like, oh my goodness, I can tell I'm getting better. But I have not recorded as much of it as I would have liked to, but I can definitely see the difference. And boy, must I say, it has been grand. I've been doing a lot of different things lately, like doing just grand pliés in center, and making sure that I, go all the way down and come back. The balance is pretty hard and stuff like that, but I've been really focusing on that. The second thing is that pirouettes. My pirouettes on my left leg are bad, and that is the leg that most pirouettes are done on in either competitions or variations, because that's what the variation calls for. So I've been focusing on getting, a decent double pirouette on my left leg now, because I've been focusing everything on my right leg, and that just made me recognize I've been focusing too much on one side, instead of having both sides be able to do equally the same thing. And I don't know if a lot of dancers have that problem or not, truly. I just know that it's something that I've been neglecting lately, and no less lately, but neglecting in the past, and I'm working on it now. I am also about to start this quite rigorous pirouette routine just so I can get them, because I want to be able to do a nice amount of pirouettes by the end of the year. And the thing is, my body is already quite strong. I just have to really buckle down on and make sure that, I know what I want all the way, so that I just go toward it, because my body is quite strong. I'm not sure, if you can see as well, but I'm a fit person. I'm a pretty fit person, fitter than some people I've met and whatnot. But that's not really the matter right now. It's about how fit I am in comparison to myself. So I believe that I should be able to do 5 to honestly 10 pirouettes, because my legs are very, very strong. My core is quite strong, and the main thing that I have a problem with is just my ankle strength, and that's because I haven't exactly known what to do with it. But I've been really doing a whole lot of research and recognizing what it is that is specifically wrong with my pirouette. And I think I might make next video showing you guys what I've, been doing with my pirouette and things like that. I probably will record it on Wednesday and show you guys that. Also, another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a jump collage where I'll show you guys all of the jumps that I do know, all of the ones that I am working on, the ones that are not as good as the others, and so I can document to you guys the progress. Excuse me, the progress that that I've gained, and the progress that I am continuing to build up on every day, so that you guys can see that part of the journey, because you'll probably just look up one day if I don't and be like, oh my gosh, he is such a good leaper, and I won't be showing, it won't be that I've shown you very much of it. So I think that will be the next video that I post, actually showing you guys all the different leaps and where my turns are. I'll show you what my level, my point right now as far as skill is concerned. Another thing I've been really working on has been turnout, of course, as well. It's not as good in this video because this video was a little bit ago, and I've gotten better turnout since then. It's actually nice that I'm able to see that I've gotten better turnout. I've been following Ballet with Isabella on YouTube, and she really talks about having the wrapped feeling, is what she calls it, where your glutes and your quadriceps and your toes wrap around the bones of your legs and your feet to really give you the proper turnout the right way without injuring yourself. You're not just twisting your bones within your legs or using your legs to pull your muscles to pull your bones the right way, so that you don't have tendonitis in your hip and things like that. And I've kind of had some tendonitis in my left hip, because I wasn't getting that wrapped feeling as much. And it's like, oh my goodness, when I first start off ballet, I'm all right with the turnout, but 3 days in or a week in, my turnout is worse than it was before, because my hip is starting to bug me a lot, and it's because I hadn't been really engaging my glutes the way I'm supposed to and having that wrapped feeling. Now, one of the ways I've been getting rid of that and dealing with it is I've been doing floor bar. And floor bar is basically where you're doing ballet bar, but you're just on the floor, and the moves are a little bit different. Of course, you're not having to really work on head and arm coordination as much, which I do think distracts me a little bit from just turning out as much as I'm supposed to. But that's kind of a part of ballet. You're supposed to focus on it all at the same time, and it takes a little bit of that out of it for me, so that's good. And I can really focus on not putting weight onto my feet, so I can turn out to my fullest potential. So I'm activating those muscles fully and entirely all together. Like, you can even see it here, what I was talking about earlier about the plies, how they were not as deep as they're supposed to be. Now, these are not regular releves. These are just elevates where I'm just going up on the toes and I'm not doing any plie at all. So don't mistake this for me thinking I'm doing a plie, please. And yes, some of these elevates are pitiful because I'm not elevating, but we will work on it. Another thing I noticed about pirouettes, like I was saying earlier, is that they want you to pirouette from 5th position. And I know a lot of variations have fourth position in it, but maybe that's why they get so many turns, because they've been practicing in fifth position the entire time. So that was kind of annoying upon recognizing. It's like, oh, I've been doing it in the kind of the wrong position, not the wrong one, but just I haven't been, training and prepared for the right position the whole time. And it's like, oh, this is kind of a learning curve. And I was trying to, get more and, find the tips on how to get more pirouettes, because my pirouette from fourth on my right leg looks, pretty good. I can do two of them pretty much on the drop of a hat, but not so much either on the left side, and not from fifth either. I kind of struggle in getting around, and a lot of that is because I don't have, the explosiveness in the turnout, if that makes any sense. Like, I can't turn out very, very quickly and sharply, and that the turnout is actually what gets your turnaround. The plie and the turnout is what gets your turnaround in fifth position. And please forgive that awful soutenu. Now, I will give myself grace, because I am also doing these on carpet, and mainly this is just for me to be able to see what it is that I am not doing the best and to improve upon it. So I probably shouldn't be talking like that. Now, my frappes have gotten so much better since this one video. I'm going to show you guys next time how my frappes look as well. And I'm really happy that they've gotten better, because I just started working on them a lot, because I was like, how to hit a double frappe? Like, I was not knowing which side of my leg to go to. Here now, I'm just started doing cloches really quickly. But the rest of what I'm trying to do in this video are frappes, and I've really been able to focus on them more since I've had a mirror at the workshops that I go to, and I've been improving them. I also got new tights, so I'll show you guys my lines in that and how I look while doing my ballet in tights as well, because it looks better. I really see why they tell you to wear what you wear now, and it also makes it more impressive how like principal dancers and dancers that have been in companies for a while look so good with their lines, with baggy clothing, because as you can see, it's hard to tell how accentuated someone's body is. I get not accentuated, but I think the word is how much effort goes into what they're doing, and how straight their lines are, I guess, and how defined their muscles are when they're doing certain things, when it's baggy. And when you're able to see that through the baggy clothing, it just shows just how much discipline and work they actually put in to get to that level. And right now I'm doing an exercise that I got from Chun Wei Chan. He has you do plies in with your leg on top of the bar, to get your alisacons better and things like that. I don't really necessarily think the arm is necessary to have up like that, but I kind of want to have it, because I was a little bit losing my arms on my alisacons, and I was trying to find out how to do it. But mainly what I need to get better alisacons isn't really so much with the plie. It's the plie and the releve part of it, combining the two, and not hopping, and also not falling down too quickly, and being stable when I am up there, so that I can complete full revolutions. Another problem that had been with any of my turns, my pirouettes at all, have been my spotting. Mainly my spotting. I just kind of recently got a fever, and I wasn't doing too hot as far as my body was concerned, and I got my mucus was like really bad. I kind of got like a sinus infection type of thing, and my balance was so badly off, I couldn't even do a single tour, because my left ear was like more stopped up than my right ear, so I was like falling every time I would try, pretty much. And it was messing me up, and for a moment I was thinking that I was like losing progress. I was like, oh man, maybe I haven't been working on it as much. And then God reminded me. He was like, no, your ears are where you hold your balance anyways. And it just shows just how much is necessary for doing this type of thing, because everything needs to be spot on. Your diet, your how healthy you're feeling. It's all of it is connected, to your performance, and it really shows up in what you're doing. It's crazy how a lot of people can like train through it and stuff, because it shows up. You're not gonna do as well on an off day as you would on an on day. Another reason why I wasn't particularly having the best spotting as well is because I've had like a lot of neck tension and things like that because of trauma. And I will say that getting punched in the face is not the best for your neck, so avoid getting hit in the head as much as you can, because it's not good for your turns. So I was dealing with like neck stiffness and tightness and stuff like that. Extra stress, the place that it goes to a lot is my neck. So I've been really just focusing on managing any anxiety that tries to come my way, and managing my emotions properly, and really making sure that I am a healthy person all across the board. Because as you can see, it will show up, and if it doesn't, it's gonna go somewhere else. If it doesn't show up in my dance, it's gonna go somewhere else. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. That bad energy, it goes somewhere. So, and anywhere it goes isn't gonna be good unless it's leaving you altogether, and it's not affecting you and the people you're around. So that's why I really am focusing on therapy and making sure that I am better all across the board, because not only does it affect everything I do, but it also affects me, on a very personal, individual level. And I know that this isn't really, on the subject anymore, so I'll get back to it, but I did want to say that. Partially because I feel like dancers neglect their mental health quite a lot. I feel like athletes in general, neglect their mental health a little bit more than, well, not a little bit more than they should. I feel like they neglect it altogether, and it plays a role in how they behave and who they are as people. And a lot of people get so one-dimensional and see themselves as, I'm a basketball player, I'm a dancer, I'm a sprinter, I'm a boxer, I'm a this. No, you're a person. First and foremost, you're a person, and I would say that you can't do all these great things without being healthy, but it's not true. You can just be an unhealthy person and do it, and that's not my goal. My goal is to be healthy and strong. I've seen so many dancers be like, that are so accomplished, be like, and this is what I do to get rid of my tendonitis. I'm like, you have tendonitis because you're not completely healthy where you should be. Your loading wasn't proper. And when you think about it, it's like, oh wow, all of these people are just average people that decided to dance ballet, and they're not necessarily elite level human beings. Their body gets wear from it, and it doesn't have to, because there are proven ways to completely prevent, well, I'm not going to say completely, but there are ways to mainly prevent a whole bunch of wear and tear on the body. And it's like, you recognize after a while, oh, these people are just that, they're just people. So that's one of the reasons why I named my channel what I did, Your Average Joe, because when it boils down to it, we are all just people. We're not machines, we're not robots or anything. We're just people, and we really need to recognize that, not demean ourselves or make ourselves feel like we're on a lower level because we're people. But we need to know that we are people, so that we can take care of it and nurture it and make it be the stronger part of us. Now, what I'm doing here is static, leg holds in the second position for my hip flexors to get stronger. And as you can see, with time, that leg goes down, and it goes down pretty quickly. So I think I'm doing like 3 sets of 30, side leg holds, so that I can really get, my body used to being out in that extended position like that, so that I can do higher developes and things like that. And as you can see, it's painful, the way I'm moving and things like that. And I'm trying to make sure I get into that fully turned out position here, and it's hard. I'm telling you, man, it's really, really hard. That leg starts going down really quickly. You have to engage your glutes, and you can feel everything. Another thing I did not know was also that it's not also supposed to be like completely hip flexor bias. It is supposed to be a lot of glute as well, and I'm like pretty much not really using it very much at all. I think you can kind of see it in this video. That's why my leg keeps going down so quickly, and I thought that was the notification was my alarm there. So I just put it down a little bit, then I lifted it back up. Take a minute to just recognize the body. It's just coming in a little bit, a little muscle, a little definition, a little yokization. Can we just take a moment to appreciate this balance? I completely let go of the bar here and I just stand up for a while. And I do it a couple more times. I'm so happy that I was able to actually get this balance like this on camera. Granted, I do need to turn out more, but this balance was amazing because I was up on Relevate the entire time. Off the subject, I love this song. But another thing I will say is I've been really practicing and making sure that I point my foot all the way. No matter how many foot cramps I get, I've been pointing my foot every class, my entire class, and not easing up and letting up, because that's the way your point truly gets better. People are like, how to get my point better? How to get my point better? They try to push their feet down and do all these awkward strengths. So it's pointing. It's doing the tendus at the bar. That's literally what gets your point so much better. And trust me, I'm not against foot stretchers and arch stretchers at all. I actually use them. But what I can say is the most improving for my arches specifically, and I'm pretty sure anybody else's, to be honest, it's actually pointing your foot a lot. Another thing I heard ballet dancer Danielle Simpkins say is that a lot of your balance when it comes to balances and pirouettes are your shoulder blades and your scapula reaching down to touch your tailbone, meaning he's retracting them, and he's pulling them down very, very hard so that he can get the opposition he needs to create the balance to make his body one solid structure so that he can turn on top of his leg. And I think that's the thing that I kind of sometimes neglect, like, the back part of it. Sometimes my back will be out of it. I've noticed a few videos that I've taken before, my back has been rounded, and it's like, oh my goodness, I need to really not just straighten my back, but I need to contract downward. And a lot of people, don't recognize it. It's like, straighten your back, head up. It's not just, keeping your head up and your back straight. It's pulling down as hard as you can so that you can get around and be on top of your foot and leg the entire time. Another thing I've been paying attention to when I've been seeing these videos is that I need to not sickle my foot when I am in passe. I need to wing it, and of course turn my leg on more, but I need to wing my foot and point it harder. Sometimes it's kind of hard when you're trying to balance, but it's part of it. And here I am working on my attitude. My attitude is the best balance that I have altogether, but for whatever reason, it is not the best turn. Like, I guess it's that I don't fully know how to get into it, but it's like, what is happening? When I try to do attitude turns, it's so strange. So I'm gonna have to work on that. I think I'll show you guys that next weekend as well. But as far as balancing is concerned, please forgive this arm. But as far as balancing is concerned, my attitude balance is pretty good. I'm just working on getting it higher and stronger for my back right now. I wish I could show you all just how bad my attitude used to be so that you can understand just how good this progress right here is. And I know a lot of you be like, what? You know, because it doesn't look like much, but my leg used to be basically like my knee used to be pointing towards the floor altogether. And it it used to be pretty bad. Like I saw it on a video one time. I was like, what the heck is that? That is not an attitude. So I began working on it a lot, you know, with exercises like these. And it has changed so much. If I can go back and find some videos or pictures or something, I will definitely be sure to post them. But I don't know that I have any. All right, lovelies, this is about to come to an end. So thank you all for tuning in so much. Please make sure to join my TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube, like, comment, follow my Instagram, you know, just the whole nine, guys. I really love and enjoy the support. And thank you so much for the happy birthday wishes.